The China International Imports Expo has officially opened today here in Shanghai, the largest city in China, an expo, a summit that seeks to open up the markets of China to other countries to do business with. Now, among the countries that have been well represented in this particular summit include Kenya, with President Uhuru Kenyatta and Egyptian President Fattah al-Sisi, the only African leaders who have spoken at the opening ceremony of this particular first ever expo here in China.
We have brought some of Kenya's best products to this expo, and I invite you all to our pavilion to sample some of our fruits, vegetables, and our world-renowned coffee and tea.
This particular expo has seen about 172 countries represented, with 3,600 companies participating in the expo. President Uhuru Kenyatta has called for the reduction or elimination of trade tariffs as one of the incentives into getting rid of the trade imbalance that is currently being witnessed between Africa and China trade.
Africa needs a reduction or an elimination of tariffs to enable access of our products into your market. We would like to propose an initiative that is designed to give preferential access to Africa goods as a means to stimulate the growth of Africa's export industries, and such an initiative could begin with a few pilot cases. To facilitate increased exports for African agricultural products, China may consider providing technical assistance to sanitary and phytosanitary institutions in Africa to enable these countries comply with Chinese SPS standards and other international requirements.
Currently, China is Kenya's largest trading partner, and among the things that among the goods and services, of course, that Kenya imports from China include electronics, motorcycles, and with this number going higher by the year, it is being attributed to the SGR equipment that were purchased from China in 2017. Well, among the deals that have already been sealed is one of a silk farm that is set to be established in Kenya by the Guadong Silk Company that President Uhuru Kenyatta says is set to ensure that about 300,000 jobs will be created.
Such investments offer mutual benefits. They generate jobs, create a value chain, and guarantee favorable returns on investment.
A number of the incentives that they will be considering will be reducing of institutional cost to ensure the prices are not as high for those who are seeking to do business with China. Well, as we continue with the coverage of this China International Imports Expo here in Shanghai, we'll be looking at the various exhibitions, especially from the Kenyan companies that have set up shop here or set up stands here, and to just see what this would mean for not only Kenyans but for its economy. And of course, we'll also be bringing you reports on what various leaders have said about this particular expo. Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta is accompanied by 3 cabinet secretaries, that is Peter Munya for Trade, from Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Amina Mohammed, as well as Transport and Infrastructure Cabinet Secretary James Macharia. We'll be speaking to one of 2 of them to just get a clearer picture of how this imbalance or how this gap is set to be bridged between China and Africa in terms of doing trade, and what it looks like for Kenya a few years from now, if indeed they will be able to seal the deals that they are seeking here in China. For KTN News, my name is Akisa reporting from Shanghai in China.